Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're back. It is episode 69.
69, yeah. Very sexy
Fantastic.
Wrestling Mayhem show.
Times two.
Times two.
With us.
Electric
Got
Boogaloo.
my tongue in your asshole.
Oh, with us straight out of Corpus Christi, Texas.
Crispy.
And straight from the Sonic drive-thru, as you can see on the video.
Yeah.
What are you doing to that cup? That's not legal.
Lick it.
You're underage.
Lick it.
Welcome to episode
Lick it.
69.
Yeah. He's licking it. He licked it.
That's your intro. Good enough. And also with us on the couch, it's Chachi.
Tastes like diabetes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the diabetes. The diabetes.
Diabetes.
The diabetes.
How you doing, Chachi?
I'm alright.
You good? You're not going to get any more calls?
I hope not.
Hopefully not. Chachi left us.
God, I
Chachi
hope
left us
not.
at the end of Awesome Cast right before this, hanging for about 20 minutes or so.
Oh. Hey,
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
We worked with the one camera.
I'm sorry.
I got snuggly with Doug from ShouldIDrinkThat.com.
I am sorry. I have to work
You
sometimes.
have to work, yes. Well,
That's
this
what the
is your
whiskey
job
will
as
do
well.
to you, Sorg.
That's what happens.
Diabetes.
And also with us is the DJ Lunchbox from somewhere dark. What the hell?
So that's true. It's very dark on the south side. What's up, hot dog?
What's
I
up,
am
hot
DJ
dog?
Handjob. Glad to be with you this week on the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
You didn't sound this tired before the show.
Didn't I?
No.
Oh, well, that shitty game took it out of me.
Oh, I got
Hold on. I'll try it again.
Okay.
What's up, hot dog?
What's
This is
up,
DJ
hot
Handjob.
dog?
I am glad to be with you here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We have an exciting show this week. We have a new special guest. It's going to be electric. Don't go anywhere because I know where you live and I will fuck everyone you love.
I have a question for you, sir.
What's up?
How are the bear marks, the bear injuries?
I appreciate your concern. They were terribly, and I mean severely infected. Oh man,
So that's why you're in a dark shroud.
Fortunately, that's cleared up.
All right,
That's true. Fortunately, that's cleared up a little bit, but the emotional scars remain.
For the clarification of our listeners and viewers, what kind of bear was it?
It was a polar bear.
Those sons of bitches. I knew that.
It was a polar bear. You were correct. And let me just say, when I was in the hospital, it was very touch and go for a while. But the moment of silence and the camaraderie was what got me through. So thanks to you guys. And
Well,
Look at my dick!
means a lot. Means a lot.
we've got your back,
from
sir.
the chat room, apparently you are the new Cody Rhodes of Wrestling Mayhem.
Oh Jesus! I don't really want. No, I'm not interested
No,
in that.
no.
Get your
That's
Kareem
not-
Abdul-Jabbar mask.
And
He's
also,
all right.
we do have on the line our special guest for this week. Once again, returning to the show, I guess for the second time returning to the show, Jake Garrett of CountingTheLights.com.
Barely hear you.
You can barely hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear
You're
me
all
now?
broken up.
Can you hear me now?
It's like a bad cell phone call.
Like a bad
Oh.
cell phone call. I don't know, sir.
How about now?
Are we good?
Oh, now it sounds fine, but it was just, like I said, it was like you were driving through deepest, darkest West Virginia, and I couldn't hear anything.
Fucking
Oh, you
West
don't want to go
Virginia.
there.
That sounds
They're
like
polar bears who cut my face.
How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing real good.
Excellent.
How are you all?
Oh,
sir.
we're good. We're good.
You, sir, look strong enough to tear the ears off a Gundark.
I have been called a scruffy-looking nerf herder before, so.
It all fits. And let us not forget, ladies and gentlemen, the cornerstone of the Wrestling Mayhem Show, the man himself. I'm talking about Sorgatron, because Sorg never gets an introduction, and he fucking
That is true.
this week
You get one this
Why,
week.
okay, I'm here. I'm here every week, guys.
Hi, Sorg.
Just
Hey.
about.
How are you
Hey.
this week?
I'm good this week, guys.
Good.
I'm gonna
really
try
good.
and remember that from next week, and always give you
It's a
introductions.
new trend. After 268 episodes,
That's right.
I finally get an introduction here on the Wrestling Mayhem show.
That's right. 268 episodes is 267 episodes too many for you to not have an introduction. Sorgatron.
Well, I'm doing good because now that I don't have a 9 to 5, I have found saw fit that I can drink on Tuesday nights.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Don't worry about you getting home. We just did Awesome Cast
never
number
worried.
50 right before this.
Yes.
Our friend Doug from Father Spoon from Should I Drink That?
From I Should Drink
From
That.
I Should Drink
That.
I Should Drink That.
Clearly.
More of that.com.
Clearly.
There's
You
no
should have.
question.
Well, he left some stuff. Let me see if I got the link here handy. I think it's called the Rogue or something. The Rouge.
It's Rogue.
Rogue. That's how you spell rogue.
It's Rogue.
Okay.
WrestleFan, don't sass. Don't use your little 12-year-old mouth for sass
some
parts.
fantastic stuff. We had him and Uncle Crappy on. We drank
Uncle
some
Crappy.
beers. Uncle
I
He's
was-
my
Crappy.
favorite
I
Uncle
was here
Crappy.
for a little bit.
He's your favorite. Chachi was here for a little bit until he ran off.
Yeah.
With, like his pants.
Oh
were on
yeah,
fire.
okay. Hold on. Speaking of Uncle Crappy and Doug Dirta, I need to throw something out there immediately.
Okay.
And I would like this to become a staple here on the Wrestling Mayhem show. Chachi, the rosters have been picked for the Yins team, and I'm going to rape your asshole.
Oh, no, you're-
Oh,
sir.
Oh,
Sir,
asshole.
sir. Let me lay down something for you. All right. For the past 4 years, this is how the draft picks have gone. All right. They flip a coin. Whoever calls it right gets the first pick. The first pick goes to a Mr. Josh Seger.
Who played amateur football, by the way?
Pick number 2.
That's true. Josh Seger is a golden god. I can't ignore that.
Pick number 2 is me. I'm not kidding.
That's good.
For the past 4 years, there has been an unspoken rule in effect where I'm not allowed to be on the same team as Josh Seger because we are not ass raping the other team.
Nice.
Or
And
are you?
that's funny. And in all reality, I thought you'd correct me, but we're actually on the same team. So
Ooh, and it's corrected. AJ says that you were picked 4th, sir.
Bullshit.
Let him have his fancy.
No, I don't
if you don't know what the
Shit.
hell we're talking about, check
Shit,
out
I think we're on the same.
check out
I think we're on
yinsteam.com.
the same team. What team
for
are you
all
on,
that.
Chachi?
I'm on Shireman's.
Oh shit! I thought you were Team Loke.
No, that's Sorg.
That's me.
Oh,
Team
yeah.
Loke.
Chachi, me and
Yes,
Sorg are gonna rape your tender asshole.
That could be in
Yinsteam.
some fashion what we're going to do to your asshole.
Yeah, I
really
doubt that.
really thought we were on the balls. All right.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Moles.
The hate begins. The
I'm
hate
sorry.
begins.
I'm sorry.
Fast.
You guys have one good player, and that's Sager.
Oh, you,
And we do
you're
have Sager,
right.
and
You're
he
right. You
is
do have
amazing.
Big Bob.
I mean, on Team Shireman, there's me.
Nobody knows what we're talking about. Most
Yeah.
are local.
There's me,
Fuck
This is.
Fuck it,
Mikey
they will
and-
know.
They will know.
Mikey and Bob.
hmm
I believe AJ's on my team.
Maybe we should do. Updates from Yin's team
But,
on Mayhem Gold.
Listen, here's what you're looking
Right.
at, okay?
hmm
Bob did not have to run past second base last year. I mean, he would hit the ball so far that he would just trot the second base and stop, clearing the bases. So as long as I'm not batting after Bob, we're golden.
I want to make sure we make this clear because we do have an artist rendition of Mikey and Big Bob that we're talking about. I think you can figure out who Big Bob is in this picture. And actually, there they are. So,
He's the one
on the
who,
left.
who hasn't gotten high school thin on healthy trim.
yes.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, man. We gotta get Mikey to stop doing healthy trim because I mean this is a clean league, my friends.
Cotton candy.
That is a
Cotton candy.
performance enhancing drug.
No, it's not.
Cotton
It
candy
is.
kid died.
His performance is enhanced because he is high school skinny.
Wow. Wow.
Cotton candy
that
kid
is-
died.
All right. Can we get back to the
Please,
show at hand?
Please, let's
Yeah.
do this. Anyways, we do lots of stuff here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, and not talk about our softball league we do in the summer. Yes, did we mention this is softball? It's not even real baseball. But basically, you can get a hold of us. We're over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com if you stumbled on this for some ungodly reason. Or on Twitter at Mayhem Show. To follow along what's going on with us and the stuff we're talking about. And you can also email us yourself with your own little, or maybe some of you have big fingers or something like that. Over at Good Times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, where you can
email
phone
us
us
with your big fingers.
You can phone us at
Or your big other things. if you can do
206
that.
WMS0. And you also check us out. We're on iTunes. Leave a comment, subscribe to us. WrestlingMayhemShow.blip.tv, YouTube.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're on MediaFly. We're on Roku. We're on your Boxy. You can probably get us in your box, guys. One way or another.
In your
And of
box.
course,
You pay us enough, absolutely.
Yes.
if you want it directly on your iDevice or your Android device, we do have the Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold app for all of you out there for $1.99. Quick access to the show. We got bonus features. We got quick access to the to our hotline and our Twitters and our email. So even when you're drunk,
AJ
and
says, "Slam us in your
hop
box."
up, slam us in your
Slam
box
us in
or
your
app
iBox.
right here, and you get special content right there that we do not show on the internet for the most part.
You will not.
Very exclusive
The
content.
wrestler is on FX right now.
What's the heck?
The wrestler.
Oh, the wrestler is
Yes.
on FX right now.
Yes.
But you wouldn't know that because you're watching this show.
Screw you guys. I'm going to see Marissa Tomei's boobies.
I don't think they're showing Marissa Tomei's boobies.
They're not going to show that on
on
FX.
Well, then fuck them.
You're sitting in front of a computer. Just Google.
Yes.
Yes.
Google boobs.
Boobs.
Well, we got some email here, as
Yes.
we tend to have here on the Wrestling Mayhem
You
Show.
will shut your mouth.
Whoa.
I will do
Whoa.
my email.
Shashi has his email. Sir.
As the official voice of The Riz, and I quote,
Okay.
Boo.
WMS!
Boo. Boo. Boo.
Whoa.
At
Get
first,
feisty.
Oh.
well, shut up. At first, I was going to make a heartfelt well wishes to Mr. Shane Helms until the facts began to come flying at me at all different directions faster.
For those that don't know, he was in a motorcycle accident recently.
Until the facts began to come flying at me at all different directions faster than panties at an orgy. Yes, it was said that he was in a horrible car wreck and stuff, but come on. Don't send pictures of your sad puppy dog face only when the rumors started to roll in about what really happened that night. However, I don't think he was drunk at the time. No, I think what really happened was that he was snorting coke off of his girlfriend, and I believe we all know the best way to snort coke off a girl is a dead hooker sickle in the privacy of your own home, Shane. Until
Or
next time.
or in the privacy of the hurricane.
That's true. Yes. Until next time, still wondering why they played Macho Man's music when everyone was dressed as the genius, Riz. I can explain that last part. And we'll start by congratulating Riz,
Yes?
who graduated from college this Saturday.
Well done, sir.
Um,
well done.
But
Congratulations.
He said that what happened at his graduation, they played Macho Man's music for some reason. So
That's weird.
that's
I know why.
That's really odd.
Yeah, I know why.
It is not odd at all.
Educated,
Pomp
sir.
and circumstance is like a standard at graduations.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah, they played it at mine.
I did. Oh, I hope they play it at mine in 2 weeks.
They played it at my cousins who graduated
I
10
don't
years.
see why they wouldn't.
At mine, they played Real American. Not yours?
Jesus.
I don't remember what they
Didn't
played
we
at mine.
graduate from the same school?
I don't remember what they
Did they
played
really,
at
Sorg?
Yes, WrestleFan. Moving on.
Fuck you.
mine. I would like to
Okay, if we're
Take
claiming
advantage of my
email time, I'm going to
naiveness.
claim some email time.
Oh, you do that, sir.
Yeah.
By
here
the way,
it
wait.
is.
Before you
All
do that,
right.
hold on a second. Before you do that, as I twit picked the other night, the Riz makes a very important cameo through the majority of College Fight Fest Volume 2 on IWCWrestling.com.
Yeah, you're a star.
You were in the scene the entire time. Anyways, moving on. Go
Did
ahead,
the cameraman do that on purpose?
I don't know. I was not at that show. I don't like. Listen, Jake. This is I do not do one camera shoots anymore. Yes.
Fancy.
Ooh.
Right.
All right. What we got here is the Wolf's Thoughts on Failure, Volume 12. Volume 12.
Oh, 12.
What's poppin', Wrestling Mayhem crew? Once again, the Wolf wrecks the wrestling world for the motherfucking 12th time. Now that Dragon Age 2 is done with, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is ready to explore. But not before I email the greatest podcast. Scratch that. The greatest forum of everyday bullshit and accomplishments. Now
That's where we are.
Counting the lights?
Slogan.
We can't fit that all in iTunes.
The hell we can't. Now that's a fucking slogan, my ninja. Every episode of the WMS makes me laugh. I have yet to complain about you guys, and that's a positive sign. Kind of like how Mitch was working for McDonald's, then it became McMitch's. Get your ass back in the freezer!
Oh, sorry.
Wow, last week I
Oh,
realized
Jessica, we miss you.
Well, last week I realized I have a serious problem. I'm done with wrestling on an everyday basis. There are some good in the WWE, but with Christian's title loss really put things in perspective. In no way, shape, or form... In no way, shape, or form is there a real legit reason to end someone's world title reign in less than a month. Some, unpleasant ass bitch told me that it's part of a bigger storyline, thus it will all play out. Fuck that point of view. In the eyes of a level-headed wrestling fan who watches a wrestling show that denies that it is in fact a wrestling company, knows that is straight up bullshit. Let's pretend that a world title actually means something. Therefore, Christian got screwed. If a storyline is in place, why not at the next pay-per-view? WWE, who gives a flying fuck, have Orton win. They don't do this to the top guys. My girlfriend was mad at me for being mad. She was like, "Why are you so pissed? It ain't like it's gonna deter you from watching WWE TV." I told my personal maid to check her attitude. First of all, I have a right to be pissed. I've invested years into WWE. And second, fuck you and the WWE. LeBron James and the Miami Heat destroyed the Sixers and are about to end the bitch-ass Celtics. Who gives a shit about WWE right now? As soon as basketball is over, I'll be back. Shoutouts. Lunchbox, Sorg, Mad Mike, Hot Wheels, WrestleFan, and Chachi, and the rest of the cast. Is it just me, or does WrestleFan work at McMitch's? And is it just me, or does WrestleFan look like a cross between The Miz, Gohan, and Richie Rich?
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Indeed.
Sure, all of the
And
above.
as always, there are excellent attachments.
Yes.
A picture of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that says "Strictly for my ninjas,"
That's awesome.
and an MP3 of MCP Pants. I want candy.
And I got the next email.
I didn't see that.
Oh boy.
I got an email.
Oh god.
Yes. It's from.
Oh no.
It's entitled Mellow Mike Mail. Just go with it. And it's from Mad Mike. And
We should play some kind of like super mellow music,
And it's a short
like
one.
some fucking.
No, okay. So before
70
Chachi reads this
version.
mail, everyone drop some acid.
No, it's a short one. Don't worry about it. It's a short one. How's it hanging?
Yeah, it looks really short.
How's it hanging, Frankfurter? So, after my outburst last week, I went to go see a specialist about my anger, and he gave me these pills that are really sweet. So, this is Mellow Mike saying, I'm sorry, Chachi is awesome, and... Well, I think that's it from me. Wait, no, that's definitely it. White Alchemist feeling groovy, man.
Now, see, we had, after all the cracks, like I know, like Bobby F. Pittsburgh, FJ Town, whatever he's called this week. He said several times on Twitter. He said it in chat. Laughs were not had last week on the Mayhem
not at
show.
all.
It was a very angry Mayhem show.
I left.
Yeah,
Hey,
I up
now-
and fucking
you
left.
up and left,
Now-
like straight up. Now we brought.
I did my best with my email from my crippled state.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, and for the record, seriously, that one was the only sarcastic thing in the email.
LB, you're.
Actually, there's a
Fucking fell
lot
down a
more.
hole.
There's a lot more to that email. I'm
He
just
really
not
does
reading
think
it
the
all.
big show is
Okay.
sweet.
Well, you're just ignoring it?
Yeah,
Or-
I was just ignoring the rest of it.
Okay.
I figured since he's not here to yell at me, I can just piss him off all I want.
Yeah, I say we brought an enforcer and Jake Garrett this week.
No, actually,
to help out, and he didn't any no shows.
yeah, no, we left off with Pills. He even set up a new Twitter account called @mellow_Mike.
Mhm.
So he said follow him there for some sweet tweets. Anyway, I watched some wrestling this week. It was pretty awesome. I'm not going to do the normal list thing because that's way too conformist.
So he's a hippie now?
I guess.
Or an anarchist.
That's
Fucking
true.
hippies.
So here's some free-flowing thoughts about wrestling. That's his words, not mine.
That's a good impression of how that comes
Free
out.
flowing.
The match with Christian and Orton was really cool. Very nice finish, even though I'm not too chill with the outcome. Christian had the whole I understand look going after he lost, which could be awesome. At work, we are watching HD SmackDowns now, and it's pretty sweet, except for the Punjabi broken glass arm wrestling match I had to watch.
Ooh.
I miss those days.
Karma, man. Karma. She's awesome. TNA, man, I don't
That's
know.
very true.
I really want to like them, but they do some lame things, man.
You sound like you're becoming more relaxed as you read this. You're like
I'm trying to get into character.
chilling out, getting a character.
This is all stuff that he wrote.
Yes.
This is straight from the email, so I'm just trying to get into that chill mode.
You're trying to.
It comes across.
You're trying to
right.
get in touch with your inner
Yes.
mellow Mike.
Right. Or my old pot smoking days. Because that sounds like what he's doing. It sounds like he would smoked a whole bunch of pot and then wrote this email.
You have to off at Bobby Roode.
Riz said, how funny would it be if Chachi just stopped reading and slammed his phone repeatedly against the wall? I would not do that to my phone. Bobby Roode still cut an amazing promo on Hulk Hogan. I think I saw Winter give Angelina some of the same pills that I'm taking, but I don't know how she can travel across eons without a TARDIS. I love my girl Velvel is on Twitter now, and more prominently on TNA. Little aside here, I hope Shane and his girlfriend recover, and I'm glad they didn't seriously injure anyone else. But if he was messed up while he was driving, that's totally not cool, man. It's really lame to ask people to donate money for that cause. Technically, I think I just watched the last episode of TNA Impact ever. Cool. Remember how last month when I said TNA promoted their pay-per-view match as well? Well, they didn't want to continue that trend, man. One thing I'm not real chill with is Michael Cole again, man. I think that if this Cole thing isn't stopped by the Monday after Over the Limit, I may stop watching Raw.
I almost wish this was a voicemail.
It's like I really want to hear this read by Tommy Chong.
Right. Right. R-Truth got some really bad luck seeing as Jomo got hurt, man. But WWE pulled a nice audible, and it seems like they're having him feud with Ray. I like the idea of an I Quit match, but it kind of sucks that this means Miz won't be winning. What the hell? Okay, I like the idea of an I Quit match, but it kind of sucks that this means Miz won't be winning. Karma, man. Karma. She's still pretty great. Tough Enough was kind of lame this week. There wasn't much drama about who was leaving. I wish we could see a Kofi and Bourne match on Raw. That would be killer. Amazing Red shouldn't have to wear a mask to get a paycheck, man. He's no Sin Cara. The Sacrifice logo makes me think Batman is running the network, which totally isn't true. Well, I think that's it for me. Wait, no, that's definitely it. White Alchemist, feeling groovy, man.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
gonna come back He's gonna come back next week. He's gonna be wearing glasses and tie dye and be all in slow motion.
We just lost all of our listeners from that email alone.
Thank you, Mellow Mad Mike.
Oh.
Mellow Mad Mike. That'd be interesting too.
Oh well,
I'm
Mellow
really
and
angry
Mellow.
now.
I don't know. Fuck, whatever.
I'm really angry right now, but it's all right.
Sounds like a Macho Man
It's like
promo.
the second. It would be like the whole second half of Half Baked, where they're still really stoned, but they're really angry, man.
Was there,
Oh,
I don't know.
boy.
Was there anything we wanted to comment on from that? I don't know. We were still
We already
kind of
did.
enveloped. Did we?
Yeah, they commented all through the email.
Man, that was a great email, man.
Yeah,
Mellow
man.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Well, that really
Man.
set the tone for the episode.
Yeah.
Hey, Chachi, you think you're cute? Huh? You think you're cute?
I'm gonna.
Cute, cute.
I am gonna kick you in the naughty parts just as soon as you grow some.
Oh.
No, actually, Sorg pointed out before the show because I was telling him about Quake Live this week. He pointed out before the show that
I
WrestleFan
forgot
is
about Quake this week.
WrestleFan.
That's awesome.
WrestleFan is that little kid that comes around and gets beat up, but always comes back for more.
Aw. I'm a masochist.
Because we love him.
Yeah.
We love him. His butt.
What?
Okay, that was a little
What?
too
That
far.
was weird. That was.
You played hide and seek one time.
Bobby F. J. Town said he's squeak. He's squeak.
You know, I was trying to make that reference, but not make that reference when I was telling you that. But that's exactly what was running through
Little
my head.
bitch.
Wake up, bitch! You're my new best friend.
Little bitch.
I heard Squeak fucked your mom.
Wait,
Hey,
why is
Sorg.
that an insult?
Hey, Sorg.
Yes.
I heard your mom's going out with Squeak.
Oh! Hey, you know what I hear?
Psych out.
You know what I hear? I hear Squeak's got an indie minute. Let's go, WrestleFan.
Yay, Squeak with the indie man. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But first to talk about, we're going to start the indie minute with Chikara news. I mentioned last week on the Mayhem show the announcement of the 12 Large Summit, which would be their tournament to crown their first ever singles champion. More rules for the matches have been announced. Basically, the tournament will span starting Saturday, May 21st, all the way to November 13th, which will be their final event in Philadelphia, I believe. The match, it's basically a round-robin style tournament featuring 2 blocks of 6 men and women. Each tournament bout will have a 60-minute time limit. Every tournament win is valued at 2 points. A time limit draw or no contest is valued at 1 point, while no points are given for a loss. The wrestler with the most points from Block A will meet the wrestler with the most points from Block B on Sunday afternoon, November 13th. And that will be to crown the first ever Chikara singles champion. Once again, some of the people announced. In Block A, Amasis, Claudio Castagnoli, Hollow Wicked, Icarus, Mike Quackenbush, and friend of the show, Mike Quackenbush, and friend of the show, Sarah Del Rey. And in Block B, it'll be Fire Ant, Vin Gerard, Jigsaw, Eddie Kingston, Brody Lee, and Ultramantis Black. That's the 12 Large Summit. The first matches for the 12 Large Summit have already been announced for Anniversario weekend, Saturday, May 21st in Easton, and Sunday, May 22nd in Union City, New Jersey. The first match being for Anniversario and his amazing friends, when in the main event, Hollow Wicked will go one-on-one with friend of the show, Lightning Mike Quackenbush, which is sure to be a great match. And then the second night, the legendary Superpowers Anniversario show, which will feature 2 tournament matches of Amasis taking on Claudio Castagnoli and Big Brody Lee taking on Vin Gerard. If you want to get tickets to that, go to ChikaraPro.com and go check them out for more information on various shows that they got coming. And next, we're going to move on to our good friend Bobby F.J. Town, who sent in the AON report for this week. AON rundown recap. They replayed ISP's video demanding Kess hand over his 49% interest in the company to AC Norway to get his niece back. Oh, classic kidnappers.
Motherfucker, they stole our fucking angle.
You're kidnapped. Don't tell me there's murders in Black Diamond.
I actually asked for one.
Well, at least we know what your stance is.
They showed a video of Samantha Sanders Esquire interrogation of AC Norway. Spotlight match of the week: Randall Fairway versus Justin Starr, showing the match that Justin Starr won the title. Interview with Kes Edison. He says he has a plan to get Emily back, and will not give his 49% to AC Norway. And if you want to go check out more of AON Wrestling, you can go to aonwrestling.net for more information on that. For next up in the Indie Minute, something I kind of wanted to talk about on the show, just kind of briefly. Big Freaky sent in a voicemail this week. Sorg, do you happen to have that queued up?
I think we can. Do we want to play the whole thing?
Well, it's very short. If you want to.
This is maybe not the one I was thinking it was.
The one from 4:11 p.m.
Give me one moment.
Well, basically,
Stall for me. I'll get it.
Yeah. Basically, Big Freaky addressing. Surprisingly, not addressing Chachi over his views on independent wrestling, but he has some words for Mad Mike about some of the stuff he mentioned last week.
Side note: do you know, WrestleFan, you're in a different time zone than I am, so that doesn't work.
So by 4:11, I meant 5:11.
That's right, folks. WrestleFan is going to college.
Yay!
And there you go.
He has
2
been
more
accepted in.
weeks. 2 more weeks.
San Antonio, right?
So ready, yes.
I do have this queued up, so we can. No, it's not on a computer that has audio. I apologize.
Oh no.
Keep stalling. Keep stalling.
You suck. But no, well, basically what the voicemail was elaborating about is
No, tell us what you really think about the.
But basically, Freaky was telling Mad Mike after his thoughts. Wait, what?
Sorry.
Squeak, I heard your mom is going to college.
From the chat room, Bobby FJ Town.
Okay, anyhow, go on, WrestleFan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
But no.
Watch the movie Basketball. It's on Netflix.
Gotcha.
Is it? I gotta watch that again.
Watch it again.
Fucking awesome movie. Featuring real big fish.
Yes.
No less.
Okay, go ahead, WrestleFan.
Steve Perry.
The voicemail was directed to Mad Mike about his thoughts on Raw and his whole opinion of there not being wrestling on the show. And pretty much to the degree to the fact that if he wanted to see wrestling, he needs to go to more indie shows in the area. I think my point of the whole thing is, and this is not just from Big Freaky's comments, but just from stuff in general. You need to look at WWE and the independents as two different ventures.
Two different audiences. We've touched on it several times here.
Absolutely. One of the things I think I mentioned to Chachi was the fact that WWE is a multi-million dollar company, basically traded on the stock market. They're top dog. No offense to all the indie workers out there, but straight up wrestling, wrestlers going to 30, 60-minute, or just amazing wrestling doesn't sell.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, it doesn't. And another
Not
thing
on
I
the
brought
TV.
this
Not at all.
one of the things that kind of brought up this opinion for me, I read an interview that Low Key did, talking about his time basically in WWE, kind of disparaging on the fact of his time in NXT and his pairing with Lake Cool and basically all this other stuff. I think he kind of looked down upon it as it was WWE trying to basically take him down because he was an indie guy, just kind of like knock him down a peg pretty much. I didn't see it that way. The one thing I definitely noticed from Low Key, from his time in NXT, that he didn't really gain on the indie scene was personality.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the wrestlers need. You need, quite frankly, if you want to get over in WWE, you need personality. You need if you want to look at it, the obvious example is Daniel Bryan. Yes, he's still he isn't on the level of John Cena personality wise, but if you look at his time in the Indies and you look at his time now in WWE, he's vastly improved because of his time in WWE. It's more than just being a good wrestler. It's more than, doing amazing moves and having endurance and being able to go to the limit. It's much more than that. And I'm not, and this is no, cut down on indie guys, because there's a lot of people, I think, that have the potential, that have the character and that have the personality to get over on WWE, and still have amazing matches. So that part just kind of bothered me. And the whole, I didn't see the point, I don't understand why people can't, watch both WWE and the Indies.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because it's like I said, they're two completely different things.
And I think to a side of that, I think Chachi I was talking with, or maybe I was tweeting somebody, when we had that episode that was like The Rock's birthday, and we had an hour without wrestling. I think it was you, Chachi, I was talking to.
Probably.
Where I was saying, I wasn't too hot on The Rock going into the show, but it was like an hour of non-wrestling where it was the reason I like the non-wrestling stuff.
Right.
Right.
That's the kind of entertainment I look for in WWE that's not wrestling.
Right.
And that's the point. It's quite frankly, it's entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than just wrestling.
And you gotta remember, WWE goes to the lowest common denominator. It's going to be the stuff, the broadest appeal stuff, which is this whole variety show concept. Versus indie wrestling show is going to be it's going to be more of a wrestling show.
It's like the people going on the fact of the whole guest host that they were having, and that it was taking away from the show. Well,
I thought the guest host shit was awesome.
Yeah, the celebrities are what make WWE different.
Yes.
If you want a best example of how I think, obviously the indie scene doesn't have that opportunity to get all those big celebrities. Maybe wrestling celebrities, but not the same way. This is a small example, but look at Dragon Gate USA.
Mm-hmm.
They recently brought in Reby Sky, who now boyfriend of Matt Hardy, trained to be a wrestler. Their past shows, they brought in Trina Michaels, a former porn star, just to interact and have a part in the show. And yes, that's kind of lower denomination that WWE wouldn't go to have have a porn star.
But Trina's been lobbying to get into any wrestling group for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be that big star. Any celebrity in general, I think you don't have to have 9 matches on a card in the indie scene. Just one after the other. I think those segments in WWE, even the comedy segments and the celebrity segments, are what makes it different and what makes them the top company, quite frankly.
Anybody have a rebuttal?
There's nothing to rebut against.
Yeah, I don't want to rebut. I agree. For a long time, one of my favorite things, especially at pay-per-views, was when they had backstage segments, because you had people from different brands interacting and who was going to show up next. And, I like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I like microphones.
Oh,
I like people who can use microphones.
it's the indie.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't talk.
Wow.
No, you denounced the indies, even though your doppelganger was at an indie show this past weekend.
I was
Can we
talking
talk
about
that?
WWE.
Okay.
Which was brought up in the segment, therefore I'm allowed to have an opinion. So how about you shut your whore mouth and let me talk?
Step over me again.
Yeah, step on me again, bitch. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
done.
Basically, the argument of I'm tired of the wrestling being taken out of WWE. That it has been for a long time. It's a very you can almost say it's very loosely based on the idea of a wrestling show at this point.
Yeah, but I never see WWE going completely without the wrestling.
Well, it's kind of. That's what it is. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
When the ring.
What are you now? WE?
Yeah. The we.
You gotta dance with who brought you, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
not like it's not like they don't do wrestling at all. I mean, you go to a house show, you go do a pay-per-view. I mean, like we said, we were pretty happy that there was some good wrestling content at that pay-per-view.
Mhm.
I mean, that made us happy, and we're like, and maybe we're to the point where we're like, hey, it's it's not going to be Ring of Honor style stuff. It's not going to be what we love about Chikara. It's not going to be what. Never mind about TNA.
Whatever they are.
But it's
Wait,
like, it's
did
like,
you watch TNA?
No, I didn't.
Then you
I have no opinion.
You have
I'm
no
sorry.
opinion.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Here's
no
the thing,
opinion.
though. Here's the thing. I think WWE exists so we can enjoy those things that we love from those other companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's but then to the point where it's like, okay, so the pay-per-views are the more wrestling shows. So then are they losing? Maybe the reason the numbers are dipping because they are more wrestling shows, and the people that are getting to watch on Raw on Monday night aren't really wrestling fans.
And I think
The numbers are dipping on pay-per-views because our economy sucks balls.
Okay.
True.
Nobody is going to pay $45 to watch something once.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
But
completely
then why
absurd.
isn't MMA taking the same dip?
Because it's new and it's fresh.
But money is still money. The economy is still the economy.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
That is
good
an
point.
excellent point.
Oh
Good point.
shit!
I can't
Well, maybe it's to the
argue
point.
with that.
Maybe it's a point of what you're paying for, and given any arguments of what you of being fixed in UFC or whatever, it is something that's real versus I'm paying $45 for a soap opera for a night.
Yeah,
Mhm.
true.
I mean, that's
and
let's
MMA
break
is
this down.
treated.
That's what we're doing,
MMA is
guys.
just treated in general as more of a sport nowadays.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not paying $45 to go watch the 3 hours extended Lord of the Rings. I went and paid
What's-
$7.
Paying for a UFC pay per view is the equivalent of people paying for a boxing pay per view.
Yeah. Which
That's true. UFC is totally the new boxing.
how has boxing been doing on pay per view? I know
Shitty.
it doesn't.
Unless it's like a huge fight.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
who's big enough?
Unless it's
anymore?
like Pacquiao and Evans.
Even
right?
then, I mean, isn't it down to just enthusiasts at this point that are
Yeah.
into boxing? I mean, it's not like everybody was enchanted by Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, 15, 20 years ago. I played. Hey, Josh, we played Punch Out. Remember that?
Yep.
We were down. We're like, I know who Mike Tyson is. Let's do this. He knocks people out. You don't have the spectacle anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas
let me throw this out. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off.
go ahead. I'm about done. Mr.
I just want to throw this out there that, okay, so MMA puts up good numbers, WWE puts up okay numbers, and their regular programming puts up relatively decent numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to conduct a small thought experiment, and I'd like everyone to consider, what if NASCAR started having pay-per-views?
Ooh, because that is
It would
they-
not work.
Do you think they'd fail
based-
miserably, or do you
based-
think
it-
they
it-
would
it
blow
would-
everything out of the fucking water?
Go ahead, Nick.
It would fail miserably based on the fact that going back to 1976, they've been giving the product away for free every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and that first live event featured a fight at the end of the race.
Mhm.
We can throw that to there's been speculation for years about what if the Super Bowl goes pay-per-view, what if football goes pay-per-view, but like you said, it's been free for how long? I can still get football, most of it, on my free antenna I stick up
That's
over
true, but
the
for
air.
what it's worth, wrestling was free at one point too.
That's
Yep.
true.
But the idea of the TVs back then was you're watching all prelim matches, all squashes,
Mhm.
and the idea is to get you to come to your local arena and pay the money to see it there.
Basically,
Good point.
the show was a commercial for the live events.
Yes.
Yeah.
Versus now they're getting more money from maybe more understanding of this. How much of their business is the live events versus the commercialism anymore? Or does,
Now I think it's swung the other way.
so
The live
Jake-
events are like The house shows are to get you interested in Raw coming to your town or SmackDown coming to your town, or really the pay-per-view coming to your town.
Okay.
So you tune into the Raw and the SmackDown to make you want to see the pay-per-view and shell out the big money to that. That's just how I see it.
Or get more eyeballs on that show on Monday night and Friday night so they can sell the advertising or sell the merchandise. So,
Jake, I like having you on the show. You need to be on more often.
So I mean,
and no one's screaming at each other.
And at that point,
yeah, I know. Isn't that awesome?
Everything's so mellow. And at that point, it's more of that WWE becoming this big machine where the
Could you say that again?
It's more WWE being this big machine where it's the live event begets people looking at the show, which begets people buying the toys, buying the pay-per-views, going to see the WWE movies. It's one thing's there's not one thing without advertising another thing. Even on the pay-per-view you paid $45 for, there's an advertisement so you can come and watch Raw the next night. You know?
Yeah.
And that's where that conversation ends.
No one's going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
There's not much you can say to that because you're right.
I'm enjoying this breakdown here. With it's you say, well, why isn't there wrestling? Why is there all this crap? It's breaking down the business that wrestling, it was sports entertainment, has become. You know, and maybe that's why TNA's not doing so well, because they haven't figured that out. They're trying to use the old model. Or if you listen to Shane Douglas like I did this past weekend, Eric Bischoff's a fucking moron.
But really, I mean, like I said, WWE has to exist and has to do all those things so that we can have Chikara and so that we can have Ring of Honor. Because, you know, if WWE didn't exist, then no one would be interested in any kind of wrestling whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Jake, you had something.
You have to have that comparison there.
Jake, you had something.
I was just agreeing with that point. That's all.
yes, Eric. I agree with Shane Douglas.
The Shane Douglas thing? No, Shane's right.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Bischoff is an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking moron.
How do you take a company in 365 days? How do you go from 10 billion to 2 million?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, AJ.
What does he say? Eric
Bischoff is an example. WCW, TNA, celebrity wrestling.
Celebrity wrestling.
To be fair, no, I'm no fan of Eric Bischoff, but I do have to say that Kevin Nash and Kevin Sullivan and a lot of people had their hands in that particular.
It was a lot of hands in the pot.
There was some horrible bad booking. There was executive changes above the WCW level that hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And but the biggest thing that hurt them was Uncle Eric's deep pockets.
Yeah.
Throwing money at people that wasn't his to spend.
Everybody does cite the executive decision at the end that finally cut the cord to WCW. But really, can't you go back to, if that company wasn't in the red for several years, that cord would have been a lot harder to cut.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They made the decision for them.
And if Ted Turner had more authority,
of course,
in his seat on the board, it never would have been done.
Because it was there. It was a pet project. He was a fan of it, That's how it was.
If Turner Network didn't really cut the cord,
and the early TBS, wrestling is what kept his network on the air.
Exactly.
If Turner Network wouldn't have cut the cord, WCW would be on its last leg, but it still would have gone maybe a year or two.
They would have a steady lifeline,
Yeah.
I mean, until it got unbearable that the bean counters up at Turner just couldn't bear it anymore.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe it was at that point, or maybe just the new executives that didn't have an appreciation for that history. So there's that. Well, at that point, we've gone way off the indie minute.
More like an indie half hour. Holy shit!
Yes. I had some thoughts, but we'll.
Doesn't matter. That's good discussion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But we did. I'll throw this out here. I do have to swallow a little pride here, and I have to admit, there's a certain 3 letters I haven't said on the show for a long time.
BDW.
What's that?
BDW.
BDW. Oh wait, don't worry, I'll give you a plug. Don't worry, I was setting up for that too, but that's after this.
And by plug, he means butt plug.
No, there's one I've been working for some people, a certain person that's been on the show, with RWA that works out of West Newton, and those guys, I have to give them some credit this week, because I went down to that show, and I've off air kind of, Jake, we've had the conversations. And but you know what? My big problems with that show is has always been pacing. It always feels like it's forever. And for me to be ringside that close to the action and be bored out of my mind, there's a problem with your wrestling show. And it was great. It was a good flow. And the matches, they had a crazy fans bring the weapons match, which I've never experienced before. There was a hula hoop. And can somebody please confirm, is Calvin McGrath still going to FCW? Because he seems to be hanging around West Newton for a long time.
Sam Elias told everyone when he got his deal, he told everyone it was the Friday, it was the weekend after Thanksgiving, and he left Monday morning. So we find out Friday that he has a deal, and he's gone Sunday.
Versus we've had Calvin McGrath and Matt Justice. I know Matt Justice did the kind of 2-show stint with IWC, IWCWrestling.com, if you want to check out the news on that. How they gave him the belt for a month for Super Indie. And then this is, Calvin McGrath, this was announced now 3 shows. He had his going away up in Clearfield for IWC. Then he's been around. This is now the 3rd show since that announcement with the RWA. I just interesting, especially the stuff he's doing, really surprised me. And Jake, maybe you can elaborate on this from your knowledge of it. But they're doing, like, the guy's bleeding every show. They did this insane. It was a fun, nice old school hardcore match, not as sloppy that but it was still felt like a very dangerous match for them with all this stuff in the ring, And I can't imagine WWE being happy about one of their prospects, supposedly under a developmental deal, doing a match like this.
Well, it is, from what I can tell, it's when you get your this is from talking to John Bolin. When you get your contract, you have 10 days to get it back in the mail.
Okay.
After that, they'll give you a start date when they want you there. But between your signing and your start date, who knows how long it's going to be. And at that point,
did he go to? Was he OVW at the time?
Yeah,
it might be.
Yeah, he was still at OVW.
So it might be
OVW
different.
and then Deep South.
Okay, so it might be different because they're with FCW, possibly.
Possibly, because I mean it's their only place.
Yeah.
So like, and having never been offered a contract and probably never would have been. I can't say what it's, what they're, what
which
the
is a
whole
damn
deal
travesty,
is.
by the way.
What's that?
Which is a damn travesty, by the way.
Hey, actually, I do have a contract with WWE that I could legally enforce, but I really don't want to get my ass beat.
Care to elaborate? Are you legally able to?
I should be legally able to say it because I'm not going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
So, okay. I went to Shane Douglas's ECW wrestling school.
Okay.
To which I had to sign a contract, for money's due and what I get in return. And one of the things guaranteed in return is one TV match. Now, who bought all of ECW's liabilities?
Wow. Man, just to see, maybe
That's awesome.
Maybe they have you get squashed by Zeke or something, but you did it, right? I mean,
yeah, but I like walking.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
That's why I stopped wrestling. Yeah.
That's right. Maybe you could be one of those guys that like somebody like Shawn Michaels kicks in the face in the back or something. I mean, that's like look.
Maybe when they come to Pittsburgh, who knows?
It used to be like this. It's a bargain piece, Have somebody kick me in the face in the back or slap me or something. It'd be cool if it's John Cena or whatever. and then there you go. You've been there. You flipped the train.
That's fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome. I just want to say that.
I want to. Hey, I know some lawyers. I'm just
So do
saying,
I, Chris LaRusso.
That's right. There you go. There you go.
I know about 800.
You know about it. Chachi works for some
Law.
Chachi knows all the lawyers.
We know a lot of lawyers in this town through some.
Is it because you work with a law firm, or is it because you need lawyers?
No, I work for a rather large law firm.
Oh, cool. Good
Yes,
job, man.
yes,
Good place to,
So
He's on the 45th floor in a nice building
Yeah.
downtown.
USX?
no, crap, Oxford. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I used to deliver dry cleaning to to one of the law firms in the USX towers.
okay.
I've been up USX, so that wasn't for long. Anyways,
Yeah.
we digress.
Back to the show.
Back to the Indie Minute.
Yes.
But I just want to give a shout out there. RWALive.com if you want to check that out. The last DVD. Wheels, if you're in there, tell me what that last show was. Because I was there all night and didn't catch the name of it. It's probably not a good sign. But it's worth checking that out if you want to check a DVD to
Hot
sample
nuts
that.
and dudes' butts.
Whoa.
Oh, and now we know what he thinks. But no, I have
The next show is June 4th, Unleashed 3.
I feel like it's the 7th because I think I don't know, maybe you're
That's
right.
awesome. Your show is the day before ours, which saves some of our talent, money on travel expenses. That's
They're
fucking
already
great.
over this way, anyways. But hey, I got to give credit when I see it. So, but speaking of credit, so those other three letters that I haven't said in a while, sir, can you tell us what's going on in Black Diamond Wrestling?
We had a show over the past weekend.
Okay.
On Mother's Day, great draw. Can you hear the sarcasm?
No, okay.
But that wasn't my choice. I wouldn't have picked Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Where we crowned a new heavyweight champion for the first time in almost 3 years.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Where Facade beat Jason Gorey, who held the belt since June of whatever 3 years ago would be. Because I'm horrible with math. And really, was it 09, 08, something like that?
I think it's 08.
Yeah.
And it would have been 3 years next month, but I meant to have a title change happen a while ago and just didn't have the right guy in the right place at the time. Our angle, the big angle we've been running for a year, which is the most borrowed angle in all of professional wrestling. The WWE stole our angle 24 hours after we did. The Nexus started the day after the Insurgents angle. And I was really angry with that. I'm like, motherfucker, they stole my shit. And then I was watching at PWX where they did their Cleveland invasion. Like, motherfucker, they've been watching my shows. They stole my shit.
So if you want to see it first, go check out Black Diamond Wrestling.
Yes, because we are and we're not the originator, but And then there's this whole kidnapping the boss's daughter angle that Aeon's doing, which I really, I have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what we're doing.
I tell you what, man, we have been captivated by AON on this show between a character called Manchild
Yes.
and the
Manchild.
kidnapping and murder. It's not that bullshit kidnapping a Samoan and not talking about it or carrying it with a black van like TNA does. It's some for real,
Or secretly drugging someone and nobody calls the
it's
authorities.
some for real crime shit happening over there at AON Wrestling in Johnstown, PA. And we do not understand it. And it's just like, we have not seen much of it. We just hear the stories.
Whole thing, the thing with the murders thing, because, give guys like freedom to come up with something for them. Okay, cool. So when the boss passed the idea to me, hey, how about we have the insurgents kidnap my daughter? My first thought was, can they kill her too?
Do you not have a good a relationship with the daughter or something?
Actually, no. I mean, I've known her for 9 years. You know, so I mean, I have no problem with she's always been around the shows, but I like to mess with people, you know. So I'm like, hey, you know, kill her too. It'd be great.
Mhm.
Yeah, the big problem with kidnapping angles and, you know, necrophilia and stuff like that is those are crimes. Why aren't the police being called in on this? You know.
I remember reading about when they blew up Vince's limo. That town actually got a shitload of 911 calls from the arena.
Yeah, and it's a shame that all had to do with the Benoit murders.
Yeah.
Wow, silence. Yes, that is the best thing you can get with a joke. Yeah, and then but I digress. Back to Black Diamond. Next month it's the blow off. It's Team Black Diamond versus the Insurgents. Everything in the balance except for Rick's daughter because she turned on him at the last show and he tried to rescue her. Spit in his face, slapped him. So she'll be fired next show.
I tell you what, yeah,
It's no worse than what the McMahons have done on television in front of millions. We did it in front of 53.
Hey, you know. Excellent.
I don't know if that's the actual number. I know it couldn't have been much more than that.
It's what it felt like.
It was empty.
Excellent. And people can check that out, bdw.bzw.com. I'll have that up for you anytime we have your voice of Jake Garrett.
Rick took a bump when he got spit on too. He did, and it's the only bump he's taken ever. He used to work.
When he got spit on.
Yes, by his own daughter. That's some powerful spit.
That is. And we'll have that address up for you the rest of the show here whenever we pull you up here. Well, this has been a weird first half.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Let's go ahead and go to our break. Check out what's going on in Gold. Check out what's going on in the realm of Sorgatron Media, and we'll come back with the second half of the show.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Wrestling Mayhem Show.
He's loving it.
Oh man,
Tater chip.
There is so much meat in this thing.
Yeah, get it. Get it. Get it.
Fucker.
I will print out all of your haikus and pictures and stack them up and just beat you with them.
I'm getting awesome. You're getting
That was probably
stop.
Chafe.
What?
With
Yes.
honey, orange peel, and spices added. So there you go.
And if you have any suggestions, we'll listen to everything. And if not, we'll tell you where to go. Ice cream sandwich. Free ice cream sandwiches. You can check us out at awesomecast.com.
awesome. Yeah, that's what I said. So I said I'ma crush it. Call me the golden boy.
Unsung will bring you the stories of the Pittsburgh community, stories from non-profit organizations that are making it a better place to live, and the individuals that are doing good for our neighbors. Tune in to PittsburghOnVideo.org.
What's up, hot dog? This is DJ Handjob back again with episode 269 of the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We are big, we are bad, we are large, we are in charge. Other things that rhyme as well. With me is the Sorgatron. Apparently not. With me is WrestleFan.
I am here.
WrestleFan is here. What the fuck happened to Sorg?
Sorg.
We lose.
I just saw the title switch.
What's Sorg doing? Oh, shit.
So it's
We lost
official
our
now.
rudder.
He is now DJ Handjob.
DJ Handjob. Oh, I have a new name? Sweet.
Yeah.
Did he change my titles? Awesome.
He's
That's right,
still
DJ
not
Handjob, DJ Hot Sauce, and we are back with the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And apparently, so we got me, we got WrestleFan, we have a motorcycle outside. It's good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Oh, so motorcycle outside. What did you think of Monday Night Raw last night?
He's gone.
I didn't see
we
all
also
of
have
it.
Jake. Jake, are you still with us?
I'm still here.
All right, so we got myself, we got WrestleFan, we got Jake. Chachi's gone; he's lost interest. Sorg apparently is
Sorg is a
lapsed
sad
into-
panda.
lapsed into some kind of coma. So just the three of us, gentlemen. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw last night. Who saw it? What did they think?
I had it on, but I really didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much my take.
He speaks.
Oh, hey, hey, I'm here. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
that's me. There you go. Yes. No, you know what? I actually opted out of watching wrestling to watch Thor for $5. So
I also
that's
did
where
not
my
watch Raw.
priorities were last night. But no, I watched it between last night and this morning. And it was, I don't know, it was pretty typical. It was the show that I like that doesn't particularly have a lot of wrestling.
I heard there was way too much R-Truth.
Really? I didn't think it was that bad. He's definitely everywhere. But
Was it anywhere near as much as they did? Was it 2 weeks ago, or he was on for like
20 minutes with John Morrison.
I heard he ended the show.
He ended the show. Yeah, I don't know. They're really believing in the truth, man. So I'm curious about that. Some of his statements he throws out there are kind of that's interesting. Sylvan, you have a comment from the peanut gallery.
No, I am not.
You're not a ninja hater.
I love all ninjas.
Yes, big fan. But
even
half of
crippled
our
ones in
audience are
wheelchairs?
whoa.
They are.
Whoa. Where are you going? Are you still eating ribs over there?
Yes, indeed.
Jesus Christ, Wrestle fan. Holy shit.
I
You're
gotta
pissing
wean
off the
myself off it.
viewers. We have hungry, homeless viewers, all right? We have a huge
Straight
hobo
from the
demographic.
hobo camp.
Mm.
The hobos love us.
That's right.
Mm.
All right, now that we've
They
all
do. That's no
reassembled
lie.
for
They
part two
fucking
here.
do.
Thank you for watching, hobos.
But no, our
Whoa, Wrestle fan. You can't use that word.
Hobos?
yeah, way to call him out, asshole.
Yeah, you can't use that word. You don't have to be an asshole.
Wow.
What, okay, so it's people, what is it? People of,
Don't complete that sentence. Please don't complete that sentence.
Just gonna make it
it's
worse.
You're just gonna make it worse. You're going to rub it in. Well, okay. Other than
Hungry hobos.
no, yeah, we're
Other
they
than
are
the complete
they are
mystery.
They are home challenge.
Other than complete mystery as to why R-Truth is ablazing across our Monday Night Raw. Is anybody liking what Truth is doing? I find it
No.
Not
hilarious
really.
sometimes.
You know what I like?
What's that?
I like Randy Orton's beard. That's what I like.
Yes.
Randy
I am a big fan of Randy Orton's beard.
You know what? Let's talk
he
about
needs
that.
To fucking, yeah.
Let's talk about
Let's talk
SmackDown.
about Randy Orton's facial hair changes in the past
facial
3 years.
hair selections lately.
Yeah. Smart man.
Yes, beards
But
are
yes,
in.
we do have a new world heavyweight champion. As,
Yes, a very bearded heavyweight champion, Villamin WrestleFan.
I wouldn't say he is that bearded. I mean,
Not yet. He's
I'm an
getting
expert on beards, and
It's
his
just,
beard's all right. But I mean,
God, why do I type in Randy Orton's beard and I get the shower picture?
you always get the shower picture.
I just want a picture of his beard. I swear.
You got a picture. Well, no, never mind.
I'm trying to get a picture
I'm not gonna
of
go
his
there.
beard.
I will
His
not.
Facial hair. Well, yeah, Randy Orton, Christian, after 2 days technically, physically, he had the belt. But a week
Beat Kane.
champion. What's that?
Wait,
Longer
what?
than Kane's reign.
Better than
Wait,
Kane.
hold
It
on,
is
hold
better
on.
than Kane.
Bobby FJ down in the chat room. Raw was racist at the beginning. Taco Bell parking lot match, fence jumper, and Lily White were used during the first segment. What
Lily
is Taco?
White isn't racist.
What is
That's not a
what
racist
does Taco
term.
Bell parking lot match mean?
Stop. Okay. I was gonna yell at you for turning me down.
You're doing weird shit over there, man.
What?
So anyways, he's going off. I've got beef with stupid internet. What the fuck?
I don't know. He's,
All right. Well,
AJ has real ass beef.
Yeah, don't
Okay.
step on me.
I think this is where everybody was pissed about Christian losing the belt so quick.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to elaborate on what happened there?
Not really.
Well, not much. He just, he
lost.
basically lost the match to Randy Orton on SmackDown. And, Christian, holding the title for technically 2 days. 6 days if you count the taping?
Technically, yeah.
Technicality.
Well, I guess the big thing that came out of this was they did that. People, I know a couple people messaged me Tuesday after the show last week saying, well, now I'm not happy with what SmackDown's doing. Of course, citing that Christian had lost the belt, which I waited until at least Friday before I heard. Like a good wrestling fan. Like a good wrestle fan.
Calling me out.
Yes. But a lot of people on Twitter calling him out about both Chris Jericho and Randy Orton saying, "Hey, wait and see how it plays out." It's a beginning of a storyline. What are you laughing at?
AJ,
what's he doing?
He said Christian lost to Orton, and Internet Smarks read spoilers and freaked out, and they said, "Rah, I'm boycotting SmackDown."
Exactly. As opposed to, I found a blog.
How do you know that's how he sounds?
It's
I know AJ.
That's how the text go. Yeah,
I'll take
we
it.
do know him. So, but that's completely to the point we've been talking about these spoilers, because you take it, you color it with your own, expectations.
Honestly, I read the spoilers because I wanted to see why Mike was angry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I normally don't watch SmackDown. It clashes with my schedule. No, it
I
does.
don't either, yeah.
SmackDown is on during Quake Live time, and my TV is my computer monitor.
Yeah.
So instead of having picture-in-picture, which interferes with the Skype noise, I just play Quake Live.
Yeah.
It's like what AJ said in the chat room. It was an awesome match that they didn't see because they're clown ass bastards.
Yeah, it's like okay, the result.
Right.
It's like looking at the run sheet for a night and not knowing what kind of matches are being put out in the middle of the ring. There's your loss of wrestling, like we were talking about. I mean,
right. I'll go back
Yeah.
and watch the match.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure.
I heard it was a great match.
But
this is part of my whole thing about WWE. I'll go back and I'll watch the match.
especially knowing that SmackDown, if you want wrestling, is where you need to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the best stuff. There's actual decent matches.
Yeah.
What Sin Cara and Tyson Kidd was I was told was really good, and I made sure to make a point to pay attention to that one.
And I guess Sin Cara is going to start a program with Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah, which I think could be a lot of fun if they give Chavo half a chance.
Yeah, finally put him on TV for once.
But it's one of those, like, it's on Friday on my schedule. I don't get around to it until Sunday night. I went to an indie show this weekend. Everybody's saying, "Hey, did you see what happened to Christian? Hey, did you see that Sakara match?" Which is give and take, because I'm like, good, I know to look out for the Sin Cara match. But then there's the I'm hearing all this stuff about Christian.
And this is I'm gonna hashtag on an earlier conversation.
Go ahead, WrestleFan.
For those like, oh, I want to see wrestling. I don't want to see WWE. If you want to see wrestling in WWE, watch Superstars.
Yeah, actually,
because they're just matches. They don't have any, and they give the wrestlers time, but it doesn't have any background to it normally. But still, this week they had Evan Bourne versus Zack Ryder in an amazing match, in my opinion. Beth Phoenix and Melina in another great match, and then Trent Beretta and Jey Uso, and it's great wrestling. And if it's kind of that indie show style where it's just kind of match after match after match.
Yeah, because these are the dark matches that you typically see.
Yeah,
where it is just straight up wrestling. This is like putting a house show on TV to a point.
Wolf, shut up, midget, and eat your ribs.
Oh man, the chat room is blowing up.
Yeah, the chat room is.
there's a bowl of dicks.
There
at the
are
end
a lot
of, the
of
rainbow.
emotions happening in the chat room right now. It's tremendous.
AJ said there's a beach in the vaginas of Internet Smarks, and sends them a big fuck you. Let's see, what else is there? There's a bowl of dicks at the end of the Internet
You
Smarks
little Johnny
rainbow.
Quest lookalike ninja. But he didn't say ninja because it's N-I.
Yes, we know what he said. We understand what he's trying to say.
Yes.
But
Did you just call me Nia?
No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't, WrestleFan.
No, he called you ninja.
Yes, he did.
That's what it says.
Well, no, he didn't.
No,
but
it
yes,
says
he did.
it says you little Johnny Quest lookalike ninja. N-I ***A. And so
Don't censor me, Sword.
So-
You censored yourself in
So,
there, Wolf.
so
no. Oh God.
This is one
so
of those weeks.
that says NINJA. Ninja.
Okay,
He's spelling it out.
and then he spelled NIGA.
What the-
I don't know what's going on, but this is
Oh,
becoming
Let's
really
move
filthy.
on. Let's move on. What else? What else do you want to
I
talk
have a
about?
book coming out. What the hell?
What the WrestleFan, I mean, you were trying to get at a point. Jake, what do you think about all this mess?
What mess? What's going on in
I
the
don't
chat
know.
room? Or
You know what? Whatever one you want to hit on.
Whatever you want to talk
yes,
about.
please.
I actually have no opinion. My mind is blown by all of this.
Another thing I found interesting from SmackDown. Did anyone? I don't know if anyone watched SmackDown. They're turning Great Khali heel.
Again?
Apparently, because they brought in this new India guy from FCW,
Mm-hmm.
Jinder Mahal, I think, or I don't know how to pronounce it. But like they did this backstage segment with like him and Ranjan Singh and Khali, and he was kind of making fun of the fact that he dressed in like a tutu for The Rock's birthday thing. And I guess Khali looked pissed or everything, so it's looking like they're going to turn Khali heel.
This feels like every time I watch one of those segments, I feel like I there's something about Indian wrestling that I just don't know. You know,
Wait,
it's
I don't
like-
think they have wrestling in
like,
India.
like
Yeah, they do. That's
they
where
got to.
actually
Wolf,
where mud
really?
wrestling came from.
Oh, what was that, Jake?
In India is where mud wrestling came from, as a instead of making like the big sloppy mess that women, roll around in strip clubs.
Famously, do.
What they did is there would be a fine layer of dirt down, and a pinfall was determined by getting your opponent down to one knee.
kind of like Indian wrestling. What,
But-
that's Indian wrestling.
I do have a new book out. How to be racist without even trying.
Okay, all right.
Let's
look-
bring it back around.
All right. You know what? I don't care what they're doing with Khali.
Okay.
Honestly, he shouldn't be there.
Well, I think he's.
I think that the thing is
Get
they're kind
rid
of
of
they
him.
have him there to fit that demographic, and maybe this new guy coming in will kind of take his place.
Yeah, because there was that thing about how they were editing SmackDown so he never lost.
Yeah, he
for-
never
for
lost
the
in India.
telecast. Maybe this is something where they're broadening that appeal for the international markets.
There's
Just like all the Mexicans we see on the show now.
there's better Indian wrestlers that they can get.
Are there?
I'm sure there are.
Yeah, how many of them are 7 feet tall?
That's true. He kind of sticks out.
Yeah, I don't care. You give me a short guy
No,
who can
I'm-
wrestle.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, but they're thinking of the draw factor.
Yeah,
Mm.
I understand that, but give me a short
He's a
guy who
spectacle.
can wrestle.
That's the thing. They're
The,
looking
the
for
kids love him too.
The
You know,
kids do
just
love him.
they like him to come out and do his little dance and chop someone in the head, and then that's it. You know.
No, I understand completely. I know why he's there. I just disagree with it.
Yeah.
Like, he does nothing for me.
It kind of goes along to our earlier conversation, though.
And he killed a guy once.
They're saying in the chat room Sanjay Dutt would
That's
be
true.
the closest Indian wrestler I can think
I've
of.
seen Sanjay at some India shows. It's weird now. I can't wrap my head around what he's doing. I don't know. It's like
I miss the days when he would do
Sanjay
the
Dutt, he does what he wants.
that is true. It's Sanjay.
I miss
on
the days
Twitter.
when he would do the sprinkler.
Bobby F. J. Town in the chat room says that I want a little superstar that can feud with Hornswoggle. Yes. Yes, I do. If WWE brings
Max
back...
Mini?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. If WWE brings
Wait, was
back...
Hornswoggle around during the minis division?
No.
No.
I think he's all that's left of the minis division.
But,
I thought he was preceding the minis division.
if WWE brings back minis, I will be so freaking happy.
That's kind of like what I was thinking about like earlier this week. I think it would be a smart move because I think WWE has like a very overloaded roster. Bring back the cruiserweight division because there are a lot of guys that will fit that division.
Yeah.
What, little guys?
No, not the. I mean the cruiserweights.
Oh, okay.
Have Evan Bourne, Trent Beretta, like I mentioned before. Hell, if you want, find a way for Zack Ryder to get over, put him in the cruiserweights.
At this point, I really can't see people of that size really getting much unless they prove to be like the Miz isn't a huge guy, right? I mean,
No.
But he's a guy that got over on personality.
Yeah.
You know? He created a character that was bigger than his body.
Sorry, the chat or the thing froze again. Or wait, no, never mind.
That's you.
It's just me.
No, that's that Texas internet.
Adobe Flash plugin has crashed. Sad face.
The whole thing
Yes.
that I liked about TNA, and it's gone now, but was the X Division.
Yeah.
It was all normal sized guys that put on a great match.
And to a point where the X Division became the main event of some pay-per-views.
Right.
And then what I'm getting at is maybe the only way for you to make your name being that size and having, like, you say good workers or whatever in wrestling, is a Ring of Honor, is a, used to be TNA, but really they're getting rid of guys like Jay Lethal and Petey Williams. I mean, what chance do you have?
Right.
It's just, you, Chachi, what chance do you have? You're a smaller guy. For wrestling.
My problem. The thing is that I feel WWE has really.
Wait. There's a couple things happening.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said Jake.
AJ has Sin Cara is 5'7", 175. Ain't no way he's 5'7".
No,
he ain't even as tall as Ray Jr.
No.
No. Even put
He's
in,
a little
if
looking
you
guy.
want to, even put in, Daniel Bryan. He's, he doesn't weigh that much.
He can hang with the cruiserweights.
And my thing is that it's like WWE has a very overloaded roster, and this is the problem I've had for the long time, is that they're overloaded, and a lot of them look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's been a problem for a while.
Tell me the difference between Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, even I'm trying to think of another name.
Used to be, I'd say hair color, but not even that.
That's the thing. Dolph Ziggler changed his hair color, and
Jake,
now he looks like everyone else.
Go ahead,
The
Jake.
difference between Miz and all those guys is Miz was on mainstream television, and those guys were wrestlers.
True, but I think, to a degree, it's the same character that they're playing.
Yeah. No, because where you stick out is Miz has become a character. That's
Maybe not Miz. Compare like Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder's becoming much more of a character. He's
but they're kind of
Zack
the same.
Ryder is working I don't know, not on TV, obviously, but Zack Ryder is working his ass off to create this woo character.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and that's why the WWE's never going to get behind him, because he's doing it on his own, and the fans are behind him, but it's not their push.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Their,
which is
their
unfortunate.
thought.
Go back to what was it? The highlight, not the highlight reel, the Miz and Morrison show they used to do, the Dirt Sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the whole kind of WWE.com project, which might as well be on YouTube, because it really feels like their .com is separated out from the official what we put out product for them, and that's where they kind of cut their teeth and develop their characters, and I think that's what Ryder's doing is trying to develop something and show what he can do. And I mean, you get to a point, he gets that many followers on like a YouTube account like that, he starts getting let's say hypothetically, I don't know where he's at on Twitter, but let's say he starts getting more followers than John Cena. Somebody has to pay attention at that point.
Oh yeah.
Zack Ryder is
Well,
the WWE.
no, they can just bury it and change the numbers like they do with everything.
True.
Yeah, if there wasn't the politics involved, yes, that is true. But
But Zack, and maybe this is kind of overstretching it, but Zack Ryder could be that guy that like with Steve Austin, and then they saw how he was like on his own.
Yeah.
and they let on with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well,
I'm hoping that's the case. I don't know if that will be the case in the whole thing.
I
but-
agree. All the best gimmicks were just them being themselves. You look at The Rock and Steve Austin and John Cena, and they're just being themselves.
Mhm.
turned up, which I am concerned if that's Zack Ryder a little bit. Good point. But
Gonna
still,
party.
it's better than the Major Brothers, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Listen,
Uh,
my whole-
Another thing, though, like problem wise with WWE is when the fans tell them what they want to see, WWE responds with no. We'll tell you what you want to see. Low Key wins NXT season 2
By a
And
landslide.
because the fans voted and said this is what we want, and their response was we can't write anything for you.
Mhm.
Think
Actually,
of something.
That's
This is
true,
someone
and
the fans
Loki's
want to
response
see.
was, well, then let me go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my whole point is, or what I was trying to get around to originally, was I'm sick of seeing guys that look like Batista / Mason Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Batista Ryan.
Yeah, Batista Ryan. I don't want to see that. Yeah, I don't want people to go away from injury injury and come back weighing 75 pounds more in all muscles.
And that's going to
You saying that's not natural?
I mean, it goes back to preferences of the people that run it, and when you have Batista was a big supposedly ratings getter with certain demographics, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
Remember,
teenage girls
we're
16 to 22.
We're talking about a big, going back to this is a big corporate machine. It's not just a wrestling company that's doing what's most entertaining to you and me. It's doing what gets us those demographics so we can get our advertisers. I mean, it's down to that.
You know what's going to get them advertisers? John Cena, Miz, and The Rock.
Hey, you can't say they're 100% behind Miz either.
Right.
Actually, but although I think they're really close because we've talked a few weeks ago about like John Cena's the company man, works his ass off. Miz is really creeping up on him. So
that's because he can handle a mic.
Yeah,
people get on,
and he can handle the press too.
Yeah,
yes.
He gets on the mic. People stop and they listen and they interact.
Definitely.
And I agree. People listen. It's the best example of that is, and when compare that to when R-Truth talks heel, and people are just saying what every other phrase. It's like they don't care to a degree.
This is well, Wolf mentions in the chat room. I said it in a previous one of his emails. That everything's generic because WWE creates them. The other point kind of lends to that. I was listening to MVP's, or whatever he's calling himself now, interview on IWantWrestling.com. MVP was something that he came up with character-wise, and CM Punk also has rights to his name, and he says that they were the rare ones, the last couple, they believe that came into WWE with their own character, retain the rights, and would be able to use them afterwards. And then that kind of shows. We see really Bryan Danielson can't keep his name Bryan Danielson. What is that? I understand Low Key. Low Key's already had issues with TNA over the rights to his name because they wanted to take him on, and he went with the Senshi character. Or Suicide.
And Caval wasn't that bad anyway.
No, Caval they could do something with. I don't know about that outfit, but
Daniel Bryan was just like, really?
It's really weird when they typically will just stick everybody NXT. We saw him next to a whole bunch of people that were in trunks, and they gave him a full body get up.
Yeah.
What is that? How does that happen? Why does he look like he's in a flight suit with his name on it? I don't get that. I don't know. But anyways, I digress. All right. Anything else we want to touch base on before we get out of here? It is running a little bit late for our show.
I do want to throw in one more thing that a lot of it, and I've said this every week now, and I'm sorry for that, but it goes back to taking risks.
Taking a risk.
They're very not willing to take risks.
I think you were tweeting that this week even.
That's entirely about the Miz. No, it was in the email from last week that the Miz was them taking a huge risk and it paid off big time.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And okay, cool. It's off of him. He had that title for months leading into WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, they
So
gave him
that's
a really
fine.
good reign with that belt.
Oh yeah. You can't.
Though I do kind of agree with like what Mad Mike said. I think the I Quit match is going to be good, but I can't believe that Miz is going to win it
Yeah.
because they've gotten the fans to believe Cena's never going to quit.
Yeah. Or maybe he's the guy that does. Or maybe he pulls a Rock McFoley.
Yeah, and gets out Alex Riley to scream it over
For
the
those that
microphone.
aren't old enough school fans for that, he played a recording of I Quit from McFoley, hence him winning.
So, hey, Sorg,
Hey,
what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I'm going first. You guys
Yeah.
are flipping the script all over on
Yep.
me.
Flipping it up.
What'd you learn from wrestling this week?
What did I learn from wrestling this week? No, I'm not going with that one. Wow, I'm not used to going first. I'm sorry. What I learned, don't read dirt sheets, kids. Just say no to dirt sheets.
And just ain't no dirt.
We're going to do a PSA on this, I swear. So WrestleFan, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
Well, I learned from wrestling this week. And I didn't watch Raw, but I did look into this. This Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler thing is never gonna end.
You're right.
I saw what happened, and it's just like I've seen this before. Like for the past 3 months, like it's not gonna end ever, and it's just gotten it's ruined the commentating on the shows just in general. It's just bad.
It's just a bad light to most of the stuff they're trying to get over,
Yeah.
I
And
mean-
it started amazing,
Yeah. Like, this could be fun. Now it's like, okay, we can end this now, buddy.
Stop it now,
Should have
please.
just ended at WrestleMania and that be
Yeah,
it.
they should have ended it.
That
At
goes back
WrestleMania.
to stuff needs to, like, WrestleMania needs to be the ender for stuff like that. Like, it's...
And if
I don't know.
even if you don't end it at WrestleMania, don't make it go 2 pay-per-views after that.
Yeah. I mean, really,
That's kind of pushing it.
yeah. LB, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that Randall Orton,
Randall...
can grow a hell of a beard, and I'm gonna be taking a second look at those shower pics.
All right. Right. All right. Chachi, what? Recover me. What would you learn from wrestling this week?
Recover me.
Come on.
I learned that I can't wait for a Divas versus Karma gauntlet match.
Oh, jeez.
And by Divas, I mean the entire locker room.
All you do is coming out and beating people
I
up,
know.
and that is okay.
And I love it. I don't
Right,
care.
yeah.
Right.
After a discussion about why isn't there more wrestling on WWE and shouldn't there be, we're just like, she's coming up and beating people up. That's okay.
Well, that's because the character is working.
The only thing is now I'm kind of worried because apparently on SmackDown she did injure Alicia Fox.
Oh,
I
Who
think.
the fuck cares about Alicia Fox? Seriously. Who in their
No.
right fucking
No,
mind
no, no.
gives two shits
But-
about what happens to Alicia Fox except whoever fucking her this week?
That one chick on Tough Enough?
Fuck her
Yeah, that's
and
sister.
everything that she stands for. That's what I have to say
But-
about that.
That's the thing. People were just worried that, oh God, maybe she won't get the same push because she injured someone. But I don't think they can blame it on her. It just looked like she took a clothesline wrong, so it should be okay. But
I
I
mean,
was
that kind
just
of stuff happens. I mean, it can't.
especially with these,
Bitches.
athletes in quotations.
All right, Jake, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned 2 things. One, running shows on Mother's Day is a horrible idea.
Mhm.
Lesson learned.
And the other is, no matter how many reminders you send out to your roster, someone's always going to be late.
Oh shit!
That's from the other side of wrestling.
Calling you out.
Hey, you know what? I wanted to ask this earlier, but real quick, Jake, can I get your general impressions of Tough Enough as somebody in the industry?
Well, okay. First off, it's all fucking work.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a reality show. Reality show in general is probably a work. So.
Yeah. Second, I really gave up hope on it after week 2 when my boy got cut. I hope everyone gets. I hope they all die in a bus crash.
Oh.
I did see M-Dog's popping up in. What did we say that he's at Resolution? He got booked.
Yeah, he's coming back to PWO.
Yeah. He's going to do a 3-way with Gargano. That sounds so gay. He's going to do a 3-way with Gargano in Prohibition, which should be pretty good.
Oh wow, that'd be awesome.
Be damn good.
Also on that show is Marion Fontaine and let's see, Megastar Marion Fontaine and Big Rig Brody Lee versus Omega Aaron Draven and Big Sexy Kevin Nash.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
Wow.
Sorg, we are going to that show when I come up.
I guess we're going to that show. I tell you what, as I said, I went there last year. PWWrestling.com for those interested. It's a big show. Chachi, you remember the Nautica?
Yeah.
Imagine just a wrestling match in there. It's the WrestleMania Indies. I love it. I think that's going to start being common.
All right, let's see what the chat room learned.
Yes, there is a lot of stuff from the chat room, sir.
Scroll up.
Yes, I will scroll up.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Riz
AJ.
learned
No,
that,
stop. You're going to mess me up. AJ learned a while ago that internet smarks are just as stupid as their ideas of storylines. Apparently,
Bobby F. J. Town learned that from watching Raw this week, I want to see a feud between Miz and Albert of the River. It will be money.
Hot Wheels learned that hula hoops are a great, funny weapons. Yeah, they had the weapons storage, I guess, for people to put stuff in right in front of the DVD table I was working, and the hula hoop lit up, sir. The hula hoop lit up when you hit it. That was pretty amazing.
Riz learned that whenever WWE is in Tennessee, they reverse everything on TV. Coal Mine was on a different side.
You're skipping a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah, you are. You're all over the place.
The Wolf learned that LeBron James and Dwayne Wade not only saved the Miami Heat, but Miami Raw.
Bobby F. J. Town. I also learned that Thunder Cup is June 24th and 25th in Johnstown during Thunder in the Valley, and you should get Kess on the show soon.
Okay. Noted.
The Wolf also learned that the Divas claim that Karma is too rough, but fuck the Divas, they're too weak anyhow.
This is really, it's not really what I learned, but Jekyll John says WrestleFans' mouth and voice don't line up. It's like a Godzilla movie.
WrestleFan, I want you to make like you're looking in the sky and saying Godzilla, and I'll voice it for you. Godzilla! That's good. That's good.
No, he came in on time. Shit.
Wow.
No. It was completely after. The Skype delay makes it perfect. Yes. I apologize to anybody on the audio version of this at that one.
Skype probably did something useful.
We'll have to throw that on YouTube or something. All right, guys. Well, we got to get out of here. Jake, thank you once again for joining us. Again, you're at countingthelights.com, bdw.vzw.com for the Black Diamond Wrestling. Go check out show dates and everything there. Anything else you want to throw out there?
Other than there's an awesome hockey fight right now between Detroit and San Jose, I got nothing.
Fantastic. Chachi's over at ChachiSays.net. He's got a great new show if you're interested in non-profit news in the Pittsburgh area. But it's Chachi on a mountain.
Yes.
Not playing with his phone.
And other places.
Yes, it's over at Pittsburgh.
I didn't realize you had the camera on me.
No. It's over at PittsburghOnVideo.org. It's called Unsung. Go check it out. We'll have a lot of fun stuff. He's going to be a superhero in episode 2.
Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to dress up as a furry when they come to town.
We might work on
it. Yes, you do.
If they got a non-profit or charity event, we might be there. WrestleFan does WrestleFan things in a WrestleFan way. Moving on. DJ Lunchbox is at ThoughtfulRiot.com.
I am indeed.
which I don't think has been updated in like 8 months.
He's been updated.
No, that's not true. It has been updated recently.
Fantastic stuff. It's very inspirational. It makes me.
Yeah, so I did wanted to thank you for
It's not inspirational. It's haiku.
Google. Haiku can be. Fuck you. Haiku can be inspirational. Fuck your mouth. All right.
Fuck your mouth with a haiku.
That's it. Haiku on a stick match.
The
Haiku on a
haikus make
stick
me
match.
wet in my no-no region.
It's on.
I will beat you
I'm
to
sorry.
Hey,
death
look,
with
Sin
your...
Cara versus Daniel Bryan
You
at the SmackDown taping.
You were saying something, DJ Handjob?
Yes. I am. Fuck. I am indeed at thoughtfulriot.com. You can follow me on Twitter at DJ Lunchbox. And there are aside from more haiku, there is going to be some interesting stuff on the horizon, which Sorg, I'm going to mention to you after the show.
Okay, post-show meeting.
Anything else from you, DJ Rimjob?
DJ Rimjob, hey, that's next week. That was supposed to be next week's name.
That's the side project.
Okay, whatever you say, DJ Cumlips.
Thanks, guys. Again, check us out. We're at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, at Mayhem Show. For watching the video, check out all our Twitters. Please follow us and check out what we do during the week when we don't talk about wrestling here.
I will beat you to death with your haikus.
There you go. And of course,
I don't think you understand what haikus are.
good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com if you have any comments or questions or your own stuff from the week.
I will
Hey,
print...
stop it! I'm trying to do it out. 412-206-WS09670. Thank you, Jake, for Jake
Oh!
LB and Chachi and the whole fucking Mayhem chat room. You're awesome tonight. We'll see you guys next week.
Just wait.